gobernado por diablos. Ando encabronado pensando en cómo avatarlos. Porque sé que todos hablan, yo no hago ni caso. Porque aquí todos difaman por pasar el rato. Porque la vida te enseña a no echar leña al fuego. No habrá quien me detenga con un simple señuelo. El odio eterno, corazón enfermo. El diablo te atrapa, solo buscas venganza. La muerte no entiende de estilos ni razas. Lo que quieren es rajarte y sacarte la
Big Cell, you still keeping it 100. Well, keep hitting those asses with the truth on FHO Podcast Radio.
La vida en los libros, en bandas crecimos y tantas historias de las que aprendimos. Salimos ilesos de juicios mal hechos. Buscarme la vida es mi único.
God damn. It's Big Cell. What that mouth do besides tell the truth on FHO Podcast Radio.
Nicolau, motherfucker. Jameson, kila. Me he estado mamando negra. Los perros. Luna llena en la casa.
Big Cell, FHO's HNIC,
Sabe que conmigo
Mr.
no
Him Be Everywhere.
Say, man, that was my man Mike Los Pedos MC up in the DMV area, man. 1% Club too. That's what he do. He be doing his thing, man. He be killing it with them beats. Say, man, it is Wednesday night, man. You guys know what it is.
You're listening to MC 101 Talk Show. Live. Hosted by 2GUNZZ. Co-hosted by Big Cell. And we talking straight motorcycle protocol. Tune in every Wednesday around 7 p.m. for pure motherfucking facts on FHO Podcast Radio. MC 101. Where motorcycling is life.
Say, man, we was running a little bit behind tonight. Hold on. What I got? Oh, I'm sorry. No, hold on. There it is right there. We was running a little bit behind tonight, man. My boy, 2GUNZZ was playing Chef Boyardee. So, you know what I'm saying? It is. It is what it is, man. I hope he got everything taken care of, man. So we on tonight. Check this out, man. Tonight, I think this show is going to be banging. Also, I have it set up, man, where we can take calls. Now, understand that when you call in, he can hear you, I can hear you. Oh, okay. He can hear you and I can hear you, but you're going to have to either wait for me to interpret or hang up and then wait for the response from him. But I am working my best to make this thing happen because I figured tonight, I know y'all wanted to do call-ins tonight, so we will be doing call-ins tonight. The number is the same, 424-242-2355. It's going down, man. First off, shout out to Montana Cigar Company. My man Joker over there, Al, is the owner. Shout out to him, man. Make sure you over there and support him, Union City. Listen for the commercial. Shout out to Select Luxury Cars, my man Mike Goodall. Make sure you support him. Listen for the commercial. Shout out to Eco One, my man Eco One Shorty and Eco Stove. Shout out to them, man. Make sure you guys go over there and show them some love. Check this out, man. It is imperative that you guys understand that you follow the channel, that you hit the subscribe button, and that you contribute to the channel. To contribute to the channel, it is $ via Cash App is $ FHOHNIC, and via PayPal, it's the email address fastwalliesonly@gmail.com. It's imperative, I promise you, because we got a lot of stuff we're trying to do and some stuff we're trying to put together, and we can't do without you. More importantly, make sure you tell people, don't just watch the channel, but to subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell to be notified and hit all. That lets you know of everything that we got going on every time I go live. And it is what it is. So, 2GUNZZ, how was your week, man? What you been up to, man?
Been one of them weeks this week, just work, man. We had a couple issues this week with some workers, man. So I work in health and safety. Everybody know I work with OSHA. So just dealing with that, man, and been had to teach on Monday. So been man,
Just been doing
about it.
Yeah, you sound like you're tired, man. You sound like you're tired. You know what I'm talking about?
It's been one of those weeks, man. And then just, trying to maintain everything with the page and all that stuff like that. It takes a lot to be able to just get this done. I mean, you understand that because you've been doing this for a minute.
Oh, so you mean to tell me it ain't nothing but a little punk ass? You got more than a little punk ass Facebook page that you got to look at every once in a while. Because that's what they tell me. That's what they tell me. So you ain't doing shit. You ain't got nothing but a little punk ass cell phone and some little Facebook. All you do is go live. Oh, okay.
No, it's like a lot of people don't understand everything it takes to do these things and to put this type of situation, make the situation happen. Where education, we can get out here and talk about things and do stuff and things like that. There's a lot of stuff that happens in the background. So, man, shout out to you and your team, man. Take care of all the little things to make this easy.
Yeah, my team, man, is my wife, my dad, and my mom, and me. So we put it together. They support me. And they just make sure that I try to get my rest because I don't sleep. I'm always up researching. I'm always up, because it's a West Coast difference, so I get a lot of my research from the West Coast and up north, the whole 9 yards. But it is what it is, man. So we're gonna pray that next week a little bit better for you. Or starting now this week gonna be a little bit better for you. MC 101 Tradition and Protocol, y'all know that's the page on Facebook. This is the host of that page, and this is this page is ran by a true 1%er, and there's no such thing as a non-true 1%er. So don't take offense to that when I say that. But I'm just saying, my man 2GUNZZ is certified in that 1%er shit is what you want to call it. So it is what it is. Real quick, man. Shout outs New York Captain Kirk, R. Caldwell. What up, New York? Proven 1KMC, Charles Pompey, Bear Miller, Elliot McGee, Silverback. What up with it? Roosevelt Amos, Utah Mike. What up, Mike? Lost One Curran, Big Turk, Captain Kirk, Albert Davis, C. Partlow. Say, man, I ain't into that calling nobody no daddy shit. You know what I'm talking about? So we're going to just say, Pop One. We're going to just say Pop One. We ain't with that bullshit.
Delicious.
Yeah, delicious and all that old shit. That we double O Quincy Williams, Daredevil Joseph. What up? Savage. What up? V, the hardest working president in FHO, brother. I love you. Fabulous K. What's going on, Miss Lady? Terrence Davenport, Glenn Prude. I'm sorry. Terrence Peoples. What up, T? Mr. M. Clark is on here. What's up, Clark? SC. What up? Train Rule. Daredevil Joseph again. OG Al. What's up with you, baby? LA Soul Brother. Cheers. Thank you for that donation, man. We own, man. Cheers. I love you, brother. And Frederick Mayo, man. That's what we got, man. And that's what it is on YouTube. Let me see what we got on Facebook. Oh, let me see what we had on Facebook. On Facebook, we got Terrence Griffin. What up with it? Terrence Griffin, Antonio Peterson, Marvin Higgins. What up, Marvo? Harley D. What up? I called you today, too, Harley D. You sent me straight to voicemail. Tamika Brown, Sugar Robinson, Deandra Dixon, Brian Meadows, Deborah Merritt, Nico Searles, Jeanette Yezar. I said he just said I called him too. John Pearson, Al Francis. What's up with you, Al? That is the owner of Montana Cigars. Y'all hit him up, man. The boy is doing this thing. I'm proud of him. I got to get over there and do a live video for you guys. Ken Taylor, yo, he's a good dude, man. He'll ship to you too. So hit him up, Al Francis, real good dude. June McCullen, William C. Smith, Daryl Smith, Kodak HD, Reggie Dion. What up, Double? My man Reggie Dion Double, one of Rare Breed's finest. Donnie Gibbs, Stacy Turner, Alonzo Dones Jr., Juanita Shaw. What up, Juanita? Yay, Mad Man, and Reginald Bugs. What up, Bugs? Kevin Bailey, Knox Steel Mob, Onide Washington, Freddie J, Relly Rail, Hero Benson. What up, Hero? Hot. What up, Bubba? HOD Motorsports, my man Hubba Bubba in the building, and Toby Watson. Check this out, man. I'm going to tell y'all right now. February 1st, Facebook ends as far as for me streaming to Facebook. Facebook has got a lot of parameters that they're putting on us. So I think January 27th or the 28th is the last day. You'll still be able to go live on your Facebook page, but as far as that. But for me, if you want to catch FHO podcast, you're going to have to go to YouTube. So listen, while you still can, I mean, you can do it anytime, but now go to YouTube, create a little page, man, and come on in there and log on in, man. Let your boy get them little credits, man, that you watching, man. So it is what it is. Also, I want to say this too. I got one. Queens of the South. Then it came on in April. I want to say, let me get it right. April the 14th. Or is it 14th to the 17th? I'm sorry, ladies. But Queens of the South, I will be advertising their anniversary for Orlando, Florida. I'm waiting on the commercial to be done. Hopefully it's done within the next couple of minutes. I can play it before we end. So shout out to Queens of the South. My girl Handful reached out. I appreciate you, sis. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, Orlando.
My ground.
Boy, listen, and let me tell you something. She said they got Alabama, Louisiana, Texas, Houston, Dallas. They got it was two other with Birmingham and something. Man, they got all. Man, listen, man, it's gonna be. And I don't no disrespect, ladies, and you know it just don't apply to me because I'm married. But it's gonna be some asses and some titties in Orlando, Florida, man. Queens of the South is one of that part. Queens of the South is one of the premier motorcycle clubs, man. They put it down as far as getting on their ground, man. So appreciate them ladies. Shout out. I will have more information. We're actually supposed to start as soon as the commercial get done. And we on, man. But it is what it is. We here. Listen, let me say this right now. I'm finna kick this shit off, Guns. I'm finna kick it off with the bullshit right now. Right now. I'm finna go on and kick it square off in his ass right now. To all of you individuals, males mostly, because that's the only thing I can imagine. To most of you males, I'm finna kick this shit off. If y'all ready for me to kick this shit off, because I'm finna go and get to the funk, man. Because y'all don't like me no way. I know you're only watching because you don't like me, but I might as well go on and just get right down to the funk. And I'm gonna let 2GUNZZ come in and clean it up. But to all of you Negroes, male MCs, and for all of you so forth that have made a property of higher than a member in your club. You have given a property of more respect than you've given a man member in your club. To all of you, you feel what I'm saying? That be getting nervous and you act like a property of is gonna destroy you and this and this and that. Listen, man, we about to let that whole shit go, man. No disrespect to none of the women, to none of the property of, none of that. I love you guys. I love you because you're women, period. Black, white, it don't matter. The property of don't make me love you more or less. I'm just saying. When it comes to this motorcycle shit, it is what it is. You feel what I'm saying? I will never, hear what I'm finna tell you. I will never have more respect for a property of or treat a property of more than I would treat a member of FHO. That's just me. That's just me, man.
Yeah.
And y'all scared to death of them. So I know y'all didn't want to say that. So Big Sale said it for you. For all of y'all that's scared of a property of, scared to talk to them, scared to do this and scared to do that, scared what they captain or they leader or they man gonna say. Listen here, people. This is some man and woman shit. This is some dick and pussy shit. This is some grown folk shit. You feel what I'm saying? And when they nice, I tell them they nice. What's up, little mom? You looking good today? And if their man got a problem with it on some real shit, then we'll deal with that. But I just want to get that out the way, man, right off the rip, man. So I'm going to let you go and start cleaning it up, man.
Yeah. I mean, I think the biggest thing is just kind of starting from the beginning when, and I've said this all the time. I say these on shows. I say this even in the page, is everybody addresses like 2000 era concepts. And I try to explain to them, like, you can't talk about 2000 era when you're talking old school, when you're talking about foundations, because the foundations didn't start in 2000. The foundation started in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. And with the foundation, you have to understand the numbers and how many actual members there were. So 70s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, the large 1%, big 5, big 4 clubs, I mean, legitimately, they probably had 100 members in their whole nation. Now you've got 99 with chapters in the same state with over 100 members. So you can't take 2000 era processes and then bring them into or talk about that's the way we do it or that's the way they did it back in the day. Because the second you say something and I'm listening to you and all of a sudden I realize you're talking about 2000 era, that's not back in the day. So the property of initially established itself or was established to identify, first and foremost, the ladies of the dominant 1% and outlaw clubs. And that was because 1%ers and outlaw clubs, they frequented each other. They used to hang with each other. I mean, some of the big four that are at war with each other to this day used to hang with each other and were good with each other. And so, it's like always we keep coming back to the same thing. On the white side, on the black side, it's completely different. So I can speak from the white side and I can speak from the black side. On the white side, property of was your girlfriend, it was your wife, it was possibly a family member that you wanted to protect. What it was somebody that you want to protect, one person that you wanted to protect, and sometimes might be two if you had a family member and a wife. But it was basically somebody that you wanted to protect while they were in the club. Because when you go to the white clubs, anybody that doesn't have on a property vest, it's fair game. I mean, if somebody comes up and hollers at them and they start talking to them, and you feel some kind of way about it, well, they'll tell you, man, hey, put a vest on her. Otherwise, don't come talk to me about that. So that's the way that it's done on that side. And I mean, that's 2020. It's still done that way. You go on the white side, you rarely going to see a property that's just somebody that they know. That's just somebody that's at the club hanging out or whatever it is. SOA, they call them groupies or pass chasers or whatever you want to call them. But, it is what it is. But that's pretty much how it is. Now, when you come to the black side, it's a little different because you have properties that are old ladies, you have properties that are girlfriends, you have properties that are family members, and then you have properties that are just friends of the club that they want to protect basically because of the same reason. Because when you get into those environments where alcohol is mixed with men, is mixed with women, sometimes there's problems, sometimes there's issues, and sometimes people's, they mouth get loose. And so it was a way to identify that this person was to be respected. This person was to not be messed with pretty much. And, it was held in the highest of regard. I mean, literally, bros, that's your sister. And the way that kind of worked out was, and that's why it's really hard for me sometimes to even consider or even think about property ofs on the side I'm at right now, because there's rules in the 1% game, and the rules in the 1% games, you don't fuck with somebody's old lady. That's the fastest way to get your ass either killed or get your ass about the club. One of the two, that's the fastest way. So when, people was like, oh yeah, she's a property of, but I can still holler at her. For me, I'm still trying to get used to that because I'm not used to that. That's not where I came from. So, that's like me trying to get the understanding of how the process works with that. Now, the reason why the first reason was I've already explained. The second reason why property ofs came about was because on the back of a motorcycle, and so you guys understand, on the back of a motorcycle, in some cases, men actually rode together. Uh-oh, yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
We're talking about the 40s and 50s. Yeah, we're talking 40s, 50s, and 60s. Guess what? Everybody didn't have a fucking car. They just didn't have a car. So in some cases, bros would jump on the back of a bro bike and go to an event. So the property of had to identify that she was not a member of the club. And that's the reason why everybody, when they see the old pictures of the Purdue ladies, they got their, they got the vest on. That's the reason why everybody gets confused and they say, oh, well, women were a part of 1% clubs. No, they weren't. What it was is women were a part of 1% clubs, but they represented the club in terms of magazines and in terms of numbers. So that was one of the reasons why. It was a lot of miseducation. It was a lot of not understanding of it. When the first woman had issues and problems and all of a sudden shots got fired, we wanted to identify who was property, who was the women, i.e. they were civilians. I'm talking from gangs to the streets to hoodlums to mobs, everything. The general rule is you don't involve civilians. And ladies and anybody that's your family, those are civilians, and they were off limits. In my neighborhood, if you mess with a civilian, they'd take your ass right to the damn, whoever you did, and they would take you to the family and let the family decide what the fuck they were going to do with you. I mean, that's just how it was, and you made sure that you didn't bring civilians in here. So that's the reason why properties came up. So that's the foundation that a lot of people miss. They don't understand, and all of a sudden they're like, well, this property is this or this property is that. properties are held at the highest regard. They are 100%, and they should be as a part of the MC. However, they are not a member of the motorcycle club, i.e., they have no rank and profile within the hierarchy of the MC. And I've seen it all over the pages where people are like, well, what's the hierarchy of the MCs? And for some reason or another, 3 or 4 is 1% of properties. Okay, that's not factually correct. The way it works is the member of the MC, to include prospects and everybody else, they are a part of the motorcycle club, i.e., they are a member of that motorcycle club. The property, I ain't going to say a guest, but the property is somebody that's held within high regard within the chapter or within the nation, but they are not specifically a member of the MC. They have no authorities. They have no nothing. They can't vote. They shouldn't have a word to say. They can't give orders. They shouldn't be doing anything like that. And if you are in a situation where you got properties giving orders or telling people what to do, that's mistake number one. And that establishes within the process that your properties are higher than somebody within the bank, especially if you have a property that's ordering around prospects. And that's just not how it's supposed to work, and that's not how it's supposed to be done. The conversation happened, and the thing that kind of reason why I wanted to bring this up was a statement or a conversation was made that a property is in higher rank than a prospect. And in terms of pack, moving together as a pack and things like that, was the fact that some properties do actually ride. And even in my nation, we had a property that ride. She rode. I mean, she put it down. She always rode. But she never rode in the pack. And she never rode specifically aligned with the pack. She rode behind the prospects, but she rode in front of the tail gunner. And the reason why that was is because within the pack, you have movements. These guys move together all the time. Now you interject a property or lady or female or whatever it is that may not have the same skill levels. They may have the same skill levels, but they're not used to riding in the pack. And so you don't want to introduce anybody within the pack that does not have a fluid control of what the pack does and how they do it. I know when bros, if I've ridden with them, I know when they downshifting, I know when they're down throttling, I can hear their engines, I know exactly what's going on. So I automatically are in the process of being able to slow down. I already know what this person's going to do. And that's what we do on these roads. When we get on these roads, we learn each other and we learn how people do things. When you interject somebody into that process, then it creates conflict or creates problems. The first reason why. The second reason why is because if you put your property above a brother, I don't know how that works. I really don't. And I don't understand how that works. And I don't understand how you could even let that come out your mouth, because that just means that you hold her in higher regards than you. How I was taught, when the shots get fired, she gets the fuck out of the way and everybody else takes care of business. That's the way I was taught. I wasn't taught that your property pulls out a gun and starts shooting. Allegedly. I wasn't taught that, I wasn't taught that the property is there to protect members of the MC, and that's just not how it is. Trust me when I tell you, I know some properties I would not have a problem with them because they real.
No, but not to cut you off, but listen.
You good?
When it comes to this property up thing, man, this has been a thorn in the side for the MC set, man, for the longest, simply because I have seen properties who think that they are a full patch member, who call shots, who tell you what to do, who tell regular 99ers and civilians, we go to visit somewhere and you got a property. Hey, y'all need to get over here. Y'all, just whatever it may be. You feel what I'm saying? And the properties that you are around, they do walk around there like they own some shit and they run some shit. And the members don't say nothing and allow the properties to have that control. You feel what I'm saying? Now, the problem I'm saying and what I got, and I don't want nobody to get this confused, is I respect the whole order and rank and file. But I'm telling you, as a man on the bike set, you feel what I'm saying? A patch member, no matter what, a patch member of any club is higher than a non-patch member, period. You understand what I'm saying? So, for example, a property of, okay, they may ride, they may do this, but they don't have that MC. They don't have. Do they wear MC on their vest? I don't even know if they wear.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
They don't have the MC.
Yeah.
So how can anybody that don't have MC be higher or above somebody that does have MC on their vest? But the other part to that, though, is that I think that we trying to respect the OMCs, the 1%ers, we just don't want to deal with a lot of the possibilities, because I'm gonna tell you something. I've seen dudes with 4 and 5 properties set the property, send them out to the crowd and wait for somebody to say something or to get out of line, or the property. And I've seen properties on purpose bump into people. I've seen all kind of shit. You feel what I'm saying? And then there you go. Now you're dealing with a man because you done disrespected his property, or you done said something to his property, or, whatever it may be. And I'm telling you, that's why the property today, I believe, is getting a bad rep, because you don't even want to be around them, because it's just a messy situation. It's just a super messy situation. My thing let me finish. My thing is this.
No, you good.
My thing is this. Ladies, we love you to death. I don't care if you got property of or no property, MC, SC, or whatever. As a man, I'm gonna give you the respect, because I know how hard it is for you, and I understand what you deal with. But when you want more than that because of I'm a property, or you want more than that because of I'm a property that rides, or I belong to so and so, the whole 9 yards, you're setting yourself up, you're setting yourself up for failure, and it's just it just really causes people just to hate the whole property of thing. I get it. Put her on a property of vest. This is my wife. This is my sister. This is my cousin. They don't want to be bothered, and they become more than just a regular civilian. They become a civilian with I guess a civilian with status, if you want to call a property of a civilian with status. You understand what I'm saying? And it's recognizable status. But
there you go.
So that's
a great analogy. Recognizable status.
Period.
Yeah.
So that's she becomes a civilian with recognizable status. So we got that. Okay, hey, that's probably but you show me where as a man that I can't speak. Hey, how you doing? Hey, bro, what you talking to my property for? Bro, I was just saying, hey, we made eye contact as a grown man. Whenever you make eye contact with somebody, you speak, or you see him, you speak. But it's 2GUNZZ. I'm telling you, this property of shit is fucked up, man. I'm just telling you.
Well, and that's the problem that comes down to it, is when people interject, like exactly what you're talking about, that scenario that you're addressing. And again, man, when you said 4 or 5 properties, I'm just like, come on, man. I mean, look, ladies, I've always been and always said this, that MC stands for Motorcycle Club. However, this is some man shit.
Period.
So this is pretty much what we do, and this is us. So we're not doing no, crocheting, or I don't know what the ladies do, but we ain't doing that. We in an MC for a specific reason. We love this. It's about brotherhood. It's about camaraderie. It's about finding a place within a nation or an industry or a process that we feel comfortable in and that we love. And that's the way it should be. That's what MC should stand for you. Just my opinion. But I think what's happening and what's kind of going on is people have established, and this is something that is a 2000 era thing, is we didn't get down like this back in the day. Like, it just didn't happen like this. Like, if you was at a party and somebody was at a party and you came up and said, hey, how you doing? That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be that way. You're supposed to be cordial. You're supposed to introduce yourself, so that, guess what? In a 1% world, and I'm going to touch on that real quick, but let me touch on that fast real quick. Property of always has and always will be a 1%er outlaw designator, okay? I'm going to touch that first. I'm going to say that first. Now, when you go into events and you come up and you conversate with people, and you're talking to people, and you like, yo, let me get a drink with you, man. Let's talk. It tells that person that you are not a threat to them. Anybody that's ever had somebody that comes into a place, into a bar, into an event, and they have bad intentions on their heart, in their mind, you're going to know it, because that person is going to be so focused that you're just going to see it. It's just, if you have ever seen it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And so when you come in and you introduce yourself and you talking and you being nice and stuff like that, that lets us know, yo, this dude is cool and we can move to the next level. Now, if it's a situation where you coming in and you being disrespectful, then that's a different story. And naturally, if you being disrespectful to a property, you're probably going to get invited up out the party. I mean, that's just kind of how it is. But in the same sense, too, is if you're having communications or you're just saying hello to somebody, that shouldn't be a situation where somebody gets to the point where they're upset and angry and pissed off about it. Because it's not just about, and the problem is that we went from camaraderie, talking with each other, having drinks, enjoying each other, spending time with each other, to going to parties that ain't a clubhouse party. We going to parties where it's 300 motherfuckers and everybody chasing some pussy. I mean, just real talk. I mean, this is just real talk how it is. And so that's kind of the separation of what it was back in the day to what it is now. Is parties aren't what parties were. And so now it's like you get to a party and you see somebody, you say hello, blah, 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 you talk to somebody. And if somebody feels some kind of way about it, then look, man, I'm just being cordial. I'm not trying to holler at them. I'm just trying to be cordial and nice. But that just says something about the person more than it says anything about her. And that's one of the things that I would look at too is 99.9% of properties out there, man, they just there to enjoy themselves and have a good time and be a part of this shit. And that's what they want to do. They don't want really people fucking with them, but they cordial. They'll talk to people. They'll be nice to people, but they don't want somebody rubbing up on them or getting close to them because that's an invasion of their privacy. So as a gentleman, you should understand that shit from the drop. You walking into another person's clubhouse and you around people, guess what? That's your first fucking mistake if you walk into somebody's fucking party or clubhouse thinking you're going to chase some ass. Guess what, man? That's not what you're there for. I mean, this is MC shit. We're supposed to be there breaking bread with each other. Look, camaraderie, so we don't have those issues. So we don't have to worry about issues and problems that's going to bring the fucking feds in and they're going to want to regulate how we fucking doing shit. So if we there to enjoy each other, we there to have camaraderie, we there this and that, first off, the person walking in the club shouldn't be there chasing pussy. Second thing is, you shouldn't be so afraid that your pussy is going to bounce out and go to somebody else. I mean, damn, if your pussy going to walk away from you that fast, shit, that tells you that your pussy wasn't your pussy. I'm just keeping it 100, man. That's just real shit. Because a real G and a real OG and a real motherfucking hustler, he got his game tight. Ain't no motherfucker going to walk in there and take his lady from him or take his girl from him or take his property from him. If he really fucking doing it the way he's supposed to be doing it, game recognized game. They're not going to do no shit like that. So, yo, don't be salty at the motherfucker he take you. Look, hey, you better watch the motherfucking Mac. You better watch the motherfucking Mac.
That's that pimping. Say, man, we're going to pay some bills, man, and we're going to be right back. Listen, y'all, we're talking about property of. A lot of people are very nervous around them. A lot of people are scared around them. A lot of people just don't know how to treat them or don't. Listen, man, we talking about grown man and grown woman. Never, and I'm going to tell y'all this just me, never will anybody, any other man or any other woman be higher than me as a man. A man is a man. There is no Superman, no little man, no lower man. A man is a man and a woman is a woman. I compliment all women when I see them. Hey, look, what's going on? How you doing? What's good? I mean, and that's just really what it is. Now, like he said, if you come there with the intentions on, I'm here to pull a Mac and get in whatever it is you're going to do, then you might be coming in a little bit aggressive. You might be coming a little too hot. You feel what I'm saying? And that's where your trouble's going to come from. But we're going to pay some bills, man, and we're going to be right back, man. This is FHO Podcast Radio.
Montana Cigar Company sells premium cigars and accessories. Located in Union City, Georgia at 4641 Flat Shoals Road, Suite C, Union City, Georgia, 30291. Montana Cigar Company offers a smooth, laid-back, serene, mature adult environment for cigar aficionados. Discounts for all the first responders, military, teachers, and nurses. Come enjoy your favorite games and boxing matches on our big screen TVs. We also have a poker table where you can come and try your luck.
What's up, Big Sale? This is your boy Passionate from Enlightened Ministry Biker Church from Los Angeles, California. When we're not riding, we listen to FHO Podcast Radio.
Select Luxury Cars, proud sponsor of the FHO Podcast Live Show, the most diverse luxury vehicle selection in the greater Atlanta area, the highest quality customer service, and unmatched nationwide pricing. Contact Mike Goodall at 678-855-2292 to schedule your appointment today. Select Luxury Cars, trusted family dealer since 1994.
What up, y'all? This Big Punch from the motherfucking candy shop. We chilling over here with Big Sale, man, the FHONICKEMMY, man, you know what I mean? All them alphabets, man. But they got all that shit going. Holla.
Eco One, the superior eco-friendly motorcycle and auto detailing spray. Eco One super wetting and low foaming polymer technology cleans by flowing underneath the dirt particles and lift them away from the surface. All you need to do is spray, wipe, and watch the amazing shine appear. All of this is done with very little time and effort, but the results look like you spent all day waxing your vehicle. Eco One. Don't
Yo, man, it's your boy
dirty.
Big Sarge from Florida Chapter Soul Brothers, man. Y'all know how I get down. I'm always listening to my man, Big Sale from FHO Podcast Radio. He keep it motorcycling.
It's the FHO Live Podcast, where the truth will be told. We promise you that.
What up? I into my Uncle Big Sale in the FHO Radio.
Say, man, we back on my man 2GUNZZ this Wednesday night, MC 101 right here live on FHO Podcast Radio. He kind of broke down the two different reasons where the property was established from. And today we're going to talk about, hopefully today we can get you past the fear of being in the presence of a property. A lot of y'all are scared. Got a question that just came in. Ask 2GUNZZ a question on 99%ers having property of. Is that possible?
So I'm mixed on that because as a traditionalist, I would say hell no. But as a realist, I would say some shit needs to happen that we get this figured out because we are spending too much time intermixing with 99s and intermixing with other entities now to not address that. And that's a problem in this MC world right now is we haven't addressed that specifically of how do you, how do you intermix that? Because again, this is not what we used to do. Outlaws and 1%ers didn't fuck with 99s like that, man. They just didn't.
But let me say this. Let me say this real quick.
Yeah.
What, is that my mic? Let me say this. But if the whole property of thing is really to have that loved one, your loved one recognized as to be left alone. Hear what I'm going to say? If the whole entire property of thing is simply for this person, this woman, your wife, cousin, girl, or whatever, to be recognized and to be singled out as what we call a special civilian, okay? If that's the purpose of it, then what is the problem if I want to do that on the 99? If I'm on the 99% side and we're getting ready to go, we're getting ready to go hang out.
I hear the arguments.
Yeah.
I hear the arguments and I'm there with them on it. I understand that. And my personal opinion is I actually think out of everything in the 1% world that has been stolen, taken from, and just proliferated, that is one that I have absolutely no problem with. You know why? Because I don't have to deal with that shit, man. I know who and I know what. So I'm gonna respect all women, and that's one of the biggest issues, and that's one of the biggest problems. Is that somebody, man? Ray put it up there. He said the patch ain't. It's not necessarily about property of. It's the vest.
Period.
So when you look at it and you address it like that, you say, well, are we respecting the vest? Are we respecting the ladies? Because you should be respecting the ladies first and foremost.
Off the rip.
Now, anybody that's out there, if you at a party or whatever it is, and you see a lady and you're like, damn, let me give my holler. You have to think about where you're at and your circumstances and where you're at. So now in the 99 party, I would love to be able to identify motherfuckers that I don't have to even fuck with, with women that I can go and holler at. Now, I'm not saying this now because I'm a married man, so I'm not worried about that. So I'm really not. I don't care about that.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. For me, what I'm saying though, I
would love to know who I can holler at and who I can't holler at, because you don't want to rub somebody the wrong way. You don't want to do that. Not just because we're an MC, not just because we're a 1%er, not because you're an outlaw. It's because we fucking men.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna tell you what the PO vest would do for me in the 99% world. You know what I'm saying? And not, again, I'm not a part of it because, like he said, like 2GUNZZ said, I'm married, so it don't matter to me. But if I was a single man in the 99% world, what a property of vest would help me do is not fuck off my $10 buying a drink. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, it is what it is.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, definitely. If I was at a party, that's what I'm saying. If I was at a party, man, and you know, little mama got a, oh damn, little mama cool. You know what I'm saying? And she turned around, she got a PO vest. Okay, I ain't got to spend that $10.
Yeah, she good.
She good.
I got deuces, man. I'm out. But like the one thing that I would like, and I'm gonna bring this up because somebody sent me a picture, man. It was and he asked me a question. He said, "Man, let me ask you this question, man." He goes, "Have you ever heard of a PB?" And I said, "What, a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?" I was like, "Who you talking about?"
Skippy, Chunky.
He said, "No, they're utilizing a protected buy on the 99 side." And I said, "Look, man, I got 40 on the bike, 30 plus in around this life. I have never, ever heard of a protected buy. I understand what the dominant's trying to do.
The concept.
Understand what they're trying to do. What they're trying to do is they're trying to separate property of on the 1% and outlaw side with the protected by on the 99% side. I understand that. But man, you got to have, I've said this before and I'll say it again. You got to have a fucking conversation with the rest of us. Because we don't fucking know what a protected buy is. And the first question we're going to go is, what the fuck is a protected buy? And we're going to question that because I ain't never heard no shit like that. I see a fucking protected buy. I'm like, who the fuck is you protected by?
To be honest, I can kind of understand them trying to find a way to respect the property from the 1%. I get what I get. Let me say. I got you. I can understand that. Them saying, okay, hey, we don't want the drama. We don't want the the BS with the 99% of so-called can't rock property of. So we're gonna come up with our own terminology. But like you said, the problem with that is that it needs to be a conversation with everybody so that we all know and understood what it's all about. I got a question for you.
Yeah, they hit me up on the page, man. They said in Connecticut. I know they got Ohio, Pennsylvania. So it's up there, man, and it's out. Now, I understand that. So what I would address with the dominance, and what I would say to the dominance, is why change? Why change it? Why add onto it? It don't make sense to add on to some shit that's already in place. We already have the foundation of what the fuck a property of is. So if we've already got the foundation, why do we need to recreate that motherfucker?
Yeah, but you gotta understand this because they getting their ass whipped for it. They getting questioned about it. In other words, if you want this is what I'm gonna tell you now. This is some real shit. If you want this, you can have it. We're gonna create this. You understand what I'm saying? Because the 99%ers are being told by the 1%er, you can't do that. But like I said, the problem I got with it is if the concept is for my wife to be recognized, to be left alone, to be, to not be bothered by the common pimp Joe Looker that's out there at the club, then I don't have a problem with nobody wearing property of or, wearing that. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? Because like you said.
I said my personal opinion.
Yeah.
As a traditionalist, I would say, look, man, it's outlaw 1% things. We got to figure out another way. As a realist, I would say I have absolutely no problem with them putting on property of, maybe an old lady or something that addresses that person is. But why reinvent the wheel when we've already established and we already have an understanding of what property of is? Because, and this is what I want to say when I heard about protected by. So now what you did is you've taken 99s And now you're trying to say that my property of as a 1%er is more important than your protected by as a 99er.
But I'm saying, but that's what's been going on though, Guns. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The property ofs have been given and are being given the status higher than an MC, a person with an MC vest on.
I understand that, and I'm gonna get to that. What I want to address though is the separation comes a simple process. We establish a specific guidelines associated with property of. They are ladies that should be protected. 1, they are ladies that should be respected. 2, they have no other process within the MC community.
Period.
Nothing. Period. Period. Point blank. There's nothing else other than that. So when we establish that and we address that, 99 and 1% clubs, and this is just my opinion. My opinion is there are shit that we're allowing. Motherfuckers wearing state fucking bottom rockers, but yet you're gonna have protected by? Get the fuck out of here. How can you have motherfuckers wearing state bottom rockers as a dominant and you fucking putting in some shit about fucking protected by? As a dominant, state is fucking always gonna be the fucking thing. State is always gonna be that. Now, okay, Chicago's a little different because don't nobody worry about Illinois. They worry about Chicago. So Chicago, that would be like me saying that all of a sudden we're going to start wearing fucking Chicago rockers. No, the dominants don't want that because Chicago's established specifically for the dominant. So how can you allow somebody to wear the vest or wear that, establish that, but yet you want to establish something that's like a protected by versus a property of? There's so many more battles that we need to be fighting, and that's one of them that we don't need to be fighting. We need to establish the property of 99 1% is a woman that is respected. She is a woman that should be respected. She is a woman that should be protected, and she is a woman that has a specific status within the MC. She is not and will never be a part of the specific MC, and that needs to be understood. So that's where I'm at with that.
All right, I got a question. Let me get you this question. This question is, do you think a woman can just be a property of that rides and just be under the protection of her sponsor without them having any other ties?
Any other what?
Any other ties? Yeah.
I mean, if she wants to ride, here's my problem with what's going on in the world today. So now I've seen 5 ladies, respected ladies, mileage. I'm talking mileage. You know, this weekend, I got 1,000 under my belt. This weekend, I'm going to Missouri and I live in Florida. Those type of numbers. And they lay their shit down, and now they're in clubs, and they lay their things down for a property of patch. And you sit there and you say, well, if you've already established yourself in this MC world as a writer and as somebody that's out there in this, what does the property patch really mean to you? It doesn't mean that much. And that's one of the things that I look at and I don't understand why the property patch means that much. And that tells me exactly what you said. It tells me that somebody told them some shit that puts them above or supposed to be better than anybody else in the motorcycle club. And if you're saying that to your property and if you're telling your property that, I mean, you're just guiding them in the wrong direction, because if you don't think there's going to be a problem or issue when they feel like they're bigger than a guy or a motorcycle, come on, man, you're creating problems, you're creating issues by establishing that guideline with it. And I never understood it. I never understood why somebody that's already established, already respected with the MC community would then don a property patch and stop writing. Like, why? You know, I don't understand it. And that's not my place to understand it. But it tells me that somehow or another, we have placed that emphasis greater than we've placed ladies and MCs in establishing themselves and doing their own thing. I mean, there's a lady out there, I'm going to finish this real quick, but there's a lady out there right now, and I don't know if she's property right now, but I know at one point she was, but she has surpassed Bessie Stanfield 3 times. She's been back and forth across the United States, I would say legitimately 11 times. I don't know that for a fact, but I know when I talked to her last time, it was 9. That's back and forth, man. She's been doing this back and forth across. She sponsors, she does everything like that. She will never, and she will tell you for the first place, I'm not worried about nothing more than getting on my bike and riding. And I don't, I don't know her story, I don't know the whole process with it. But the thing that gets down to it is, and I would say, establish yourself and do your own thing or whatever it is. But if we get to the point where we've established and put property above the aspects of ladies getting out there riding, I got an issue with that.
That's a loss for the MC. Let me say this, man. Let me say this. There's nothing more dangerous than an ugly ass female with a property of vest on.
Man, there you go.
I'm just saying.
Look, I didn't say that, man. Look, I didn't say that, y'all.
I'm saying it. I'm trying to tell you. There's nothing more dangerous. There's nothing more dangerous than a booger wolf with a property of vest with a property of vest on, sashaying around the clubhouse. You understand what I'm saying? Listen, bro. I'm just telling you what I done seen, man. I'm just telling you what I done seen. I done seen a barilla, man. I done seen a whole human being animal mix run around the clubhouse. You feel what I'm saying? Wow. But because she got the property of vest on, she thinks she cute and she thinks she got power and she running around there running things, man. I'm just telling you, I ain't trying to step on nobody's toes. I'm just giving you 100% some real truth shit. And I'm telling you that property of vest gives them superpowers. And that's the problem that I have with the whole 9 yards, because for me, again, hear what I'm telling you, because I don't want nobody to say that Sale don't like properties of. Listen, I love everybody on the bike set. I don't have no problem with you, but I will never be second man-wise or woman-wise to a woman, to a man, to none of that. I will never be. I am me. I'm a man. You're a man. We're gonna work this thing out the whole 9 yards. But I'm telling you, that is one of the most dangerous things on the bike set, is a whole human animal running around the clubhouse with a property of patch on.
But that's not necessarily, I'll say it like this. It don't matter how the person looks. It don't matter how the person is. It don't matter what that person is. If you have somebody that's running around your clubhouse that thinks they're bigger than the club, man, you guys, that's a problem. That's a big problem. Especially if it's, if you have a lady that's running around the club that feels like that that she's bigger than the club. And that's internal, that's club stuff, man. I got nothing to do with that. But the whole thing that I want to address, and the thing that I want to say first and foremost, is I've got sisters that's out there, and I got nothing but love for them. I got sisters I ain't even met, and I got love for them. I got love for them because they're a part of my nation, and they're part of what we do. So they represent and they do the things just like me. They out there putting the name out there, showing the love, showing the bros love, taking care of the brothers. That's what it's supposed to be about. Property of is supposed to be about us working together to make this easy, not hard, make it easy. And they're not, I can tell you this, man, there's some properties, they really at a point where they don't even address, well, I need a motherfucker to protect me. It ain't about that, because they carry themselves in a way that they'll never have to worry about that. They'll never have to do that because they've already checked themselves in order for them to be able to live in this world, because they understand that world. But the thing that comes down to it is as a nation, as a group, as an MC, as people that associate with each other, first and foremost, we should be respecting each other. Ladies, men, whoever, you should be respecting each other. And if you get to the point where you're disrespecting each other, that in itself is the biggest issue and the biggest problem. That starts it right there. But the fact that comes down to it with the ladies that's associated with my club, ladies that's associated with, and we have support clubs that's associated with the club, every one of those is my family. Every one of those is my sisters. I'm going to treat them with respect. I'm going to treat them as they are part of my family. In the same sense, too, just like your father, just like your uncle, just like your brothers, when you get out of pocket, they're going to be there to say, yo, you need to tighten your shit up and pull them reins back. And that's where, in a lot of cases, things are not happening and things are not being done. Because you have to be able to say that this is something that affects us, not just you. So when you're at an event, you should be conducting yourself as a respect for our nation and as a representation of our nation. Because there's nothing more fucked up than having a bad reputation because your properties are out there doing whatever the fuck they want to do. And there's nothing worse than that. And people really don't want to deal with you because they're going to say they don't even have control of their fucking property. So why the fuck I want to be around that? Because the second their property gets out of pocket and I got something to say about it, then everything escalates and it gets way past what it is. You've got nations. I'll say this one more quick thing. And I'm going to say this, and this is true. Ladies, hear me what I'm saying and understand what I'm saying. I wrote a paper, man. It was called Women. Half the money, all the pussy. That was the name of my paper. And why don't they control the world? And they don't control the world, and they didn't control the world, and they don't control the world because they deal with too much fucking emotions and too much bullshit. The women that fucking control the world and the women that do shit, they do it about them fucking selves, and they take care of their own selves. They're not worried about a motherfucker protecting them. They ain't worried about if somebody got their fucking back. They do the shit themselves, and they handle their business themselves. They are an asset to us, and they're an asset to everybody else because they got their shit together. If you don't have your shit together, ain't a motherfucker gonna be able to protect you, and ain't a motherfucker gonna be able to do shit for you.
You gonna fuck around and get him beat up. You gonna fuck around and get your protector beat up. That was gonna happen.
I mean, the thing that comes down to it is when we address it and we look at it, is we have to have that. We have to have that process because you don't want to establish yourself, or you don't want to be that property that everybody is talking about. Man, can't even fucking do nothing with her because there's always an issue, there's always a problem, whatever it is. And that's where I say the property of has that negative stigma, that has those issues and those problems because you have that one or two motherfuckers that fuck it up for everybody else. Because I'm going to tell you, man, I know some properties that, damn, they got motherfuckers' backs. They will take care of you. They'll take care of clubs that are coming into the parties. They'll take care of fucking everybody because they understand that this is a part of the whole presentation that this club is trying to present. We are not fucking hoodlums. We're not thugs. We're not fucking killers. Well, we are. But either way, we don't want to present that. And we want to be able to have people come in and understand that, we just trying to do this and we trying to have this camaraderie and fellowship. That's just what it's about.
All right, we got two cool questions. This one right here, my man Derek Nice Davis says, there are too many simps that are giving these properties power for pussy. So,
oh, man.
Yeah, so that's Derek's comment. And then Fabulous K says, and this is in response to your question of why would a woman that's riding lay down her colors, her MC colors, to pick up a property of, and this is what Fabulous K said, and this is powerful. Some women lay down their patches for the sake of their husbands' egos, or for the sake of their marriage dynamics, not for power. So
I got you, man. I feel that. And I'm going to say this to both questions. And I was raised up in the 70s and 80s. I was born in 1966. And Ice-T came out with a song. And some of you niggas is bitches too.
Yes, sir.
And that's what it comes down to. That's really what it comes down to is you've got a lot of motherfuckers that get into this shit and they got whole tendencies. Just some real talk. And the problem that comes down to it is a lot of the motherfuckers that got whole tendencies, they migrating and they go into the point from a 99s and they've taken this 99 shit and they've taken it up to the next level. And so I wrote something today and I posted something today, and I don't know if it was today or yesterday or whatever it is, but what I addressed with it was you can't be a bitch motherfucker and then come to be a 1%er and think that all of a sudden you wasn't a bitch motherfucker. If you a hoe and you a bitch, you always gonna be a hoe and a bitch. It don't change. Just because you put a fucking diamond on, It don't change shit, man. If motherfuckers know you was a punk and you was a little bitch, you still a little bitch and you're still a little punk. You just got a diamond on. And that's where sometimes I question, I look at it and I'm like, man, I know this dude. I know this dude. I know who he is. He's not built like this. And what people will tell you is, in the diamond world, you got everybody, you got different things, you got different stuff. You got people that's businessmen, you got people to do this, you got people to do that. You got all these elements. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. But when those motherfucking shots go, look, I've been to war. Yeah. I've been to war. I've been in Iraq. I've been there where motherfuckers was talking all that shit about, oh, yeah, I'm going to fucking do this and blah, 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 all this, mother whoop, whoop, whoop. The first motherfuckers was ghost. And all of a sudden, you look at them, motherfuckers cowered down. Hey, motherfucker, we returning fire. Motherfucker, return fire. So that's when I look at it and I say that no matter what you do, no matter what happens or whatever it is, you have to understand that the person that you is, and this is what I address, the person you is always going to be the person you is. So if you got motherfuckers that's now all of a sudden they 1%ers and now all of a sudden they got properties and now all of a sudden they got this, I mean, do you think they're going to have any ability to be able to control their property or be able to control anything else within their world? Because if they can't control themselves or if that's their element or that's the person they are, that's the person they are, man. We not all alpha males, man. But shit, man, you got to have some draws, man, to hold them balls up. I mean, if you're a man.
Say, man, it's time for us to take some phone calls. We're going to take a few phone calls if you want to call in. Phone calls, 424-242-2355 is the number to call in. FHO Podcast Radio. Listen, I'm trying something. It should work. We can hear, just know this caller, when you do call in, we can hear you, but you won't be able to hear Guns' response. You'll be able to hear my response, but not Guns. So if you say what you want to ask the question, and then hang up and let Guns answer the question for you on the air, all right?
What up? This is Chris from Exclusive Sounds. When I'm not doing music on bikes, I'm tuned in to the FHO Podcast Radio.
Say, man, don't forget Pseudo's Bar and Grill Wednesday night, March 18th is going down, grand opening. My man DJ Dirty Promotions is putting it down, man. So if you're going to be in town around Atlanta, this will be epic. It will be a movie. FHO will be podcasting live there that day, putting it down. So don't forget Pseudo's Bar and Grill. That's out here in Georgia, March 18th at Pseudo's Ellenwood is going down, man.
Yo, what's up, man? This is your boy, man, Mr.
We might need to do a little podcast, man.
Dirty.
Yeah, let me know about that.
You're listening to FHO Podcast Radio with my main man, Big Cell, the FHO ABCDEFGHNIC. Big Cell. Come on, man. Speak on it, man. Let's ride.
424-242-2355 is the number to call in, man, if you got a comment or a question for Two Guns on this one, man. Like I said, me personally, ladies, a PO vest for me now. I'm just talking from this gentleman right here. A PO vest don't mean nothing to me because I'm going to show you the love and respect anyway, but I do love the concept of the property of vest. I don't see a problem with 99%ers and or 1%ers rocking it. Like I said, based on what it's supposed to stand for. It's supposed to give an individual special recognition as to say, hey, leave little mama alone tonight. She belongs to somebody. She good. Like I said, it would save a single man $10 from buying her a drink and knowing that he, because he done bought her a drink trying to he done bought her the little fish, the little, what they normally sell, the wings and fries. I'm just saying, he done bought her the wings and fries. Little mama, you hungry? You done bought a whole wing and fry plate and a whole 2 drinks. And then she hit you with the property of, I'm with so and so. You done fucked off $30, baby. I'm just saying. So I ain't got no problem with all 99ers, man. That got it today. If you off limits tonight, if you ain't fucking that night, you need to put on a 99% vest, man. And that way, the wolves, the wolves know that you ain't the sheep tonight. You understand me?
Yeah, exactly. Hey, let me touch on something, man. I want to touch on something before we take this phone call, man. And so, fellas out there, I want y'all to understand something now. When I came into this lifestyle, and I got into the lifestyle, I had a lady that I was dating at the time, and now she's my wife. So here's how I went. When she first came into this, I taught her everything that she needed to know about this 1% lifestyle. I said, this ain't some shit that you know about. You may know about motorcycles. You may have been on the back of a motorcycle, but this is something that's a little bit different than what you know. My wife now prospected for her fucking property vest. Real
Wow.
talk.
Hold on.
100%.
Let me give you a hand clap for that. Yeah, let me give you a hand clap for that. There it is there, man. So you say your wife prospected for her property of it.
Yo, she will tell you that she prospected for it. And to this day, my wife can probably give you more information about this world than probably half of the 99s and probably half of the fucking 1%ers out there. You know why? Because I taught her what she needed to know about this fucking lifestyle. Wow. And I taught her about how she is to act and how is she to guide herself within this MC community. So that's how I taught her. What I taught her was respect. Respect your bros first, 100%. If they need something, take care of your brothers because they're going to take care of you.
Period.
This is the way that you do business. This is the way you conduct yourself. You don't do disrespectful things. If there's an issue or a problem with somebody, you come and you have a conversation with me. You don't have a secondary conversation with them because I am the person that needs to address any issues or problems. You don't need to be wagging your head. You don't need to be doing all the motherfucking blah. No, you don't need to do all that. All the extra shit you don't need to be doing. Here's what you need to do. If a motherfucker is disrespectful and he does something that's disrespectful, then you need to come and address it with me. But I also told her, understand where the fuck you are at. You are in the presence of a bunch of alpha males, aggressive men that are going to have a certain demeanor about themselves. And you have to understand that. And if you don't understand that, then you have no business being inside of that clubhouse because that is what you're going to get. So that's how I taught her. That's how I presented it to her, and that's how I addressed it with her. She got pieces of her vest. She got her bottom and her top, just like my nation at the time did that. And if she got a war property vest of this nation, we would address and we would go back over the same concepts of how this nation does business because every nation does things different. That's the fucking problem is people are just throwing fucking property vests on any fucking body that's going to give them some pussy or anybody that's going to pay a fucking bill or anybody that's going to take care of the hotel room that weekend or anybody that's going to be there to be able to be foot and nail. If that's not what the fucking property vest was meant
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm sorry. I'm gonna tell you right now. I know a property. That'll say, if he get rid of me, I'm taking my motorcycle back. Yeah, that part.
Oh my goodness.
That part.
Look, I got a drink on that one.
Hey man, shout out to my brother LA Soul Brother Chin for the donation. My man Train Rue for the donation.
Oh man.
And my man Frederick Mayo for the donation. I'm telling you right now, I know that for a fact. A property of that say, listen, man, yeah, he better give me, and the respect, and if not, I'm taking my motorcycle back. So you pop stick if you want to. Yeah.
You know, the whole process that comes down to it, man, and that shows in terms of that, things like that, that just really shows where that person is in his lifestyle. And, you know, the property of vest and the property of thing it wasn't meant for that. That the property of vest is specific, man. It was meant so that lady, when she was at an event, or that when she was on the back of your bike, or that when she was away from, you know, like not in your presence. And we can talk about property owners should never be wearing their vest when they're not with the sponsor. That's shit. I can't tell you how many times I see motherfuckers wear property. Like, where your sponsor at, motherfucker? You just bucket.
I done seen properties of get together, go to a whole party without no other, you know.
I see properties up riding a fucking motorcycle by themselves or riding a motorcycle in a group of other properties. And I'm like, where your sponsors at, man? What the fuck is y'all doing? And so when you look at it, the property should only be wearing the property of vest when they're in the presence of their sponsor. And that's specifically for that. The reason why you wear your property vest is because of that, because we are trying to establish these are people that are off limit. These are people that should be respected. And again, you should be respecting everybody, but hey, a little bit extra.
It's almost like this too, guys. It's almost like this. I know everybody loves my mom and my dad. So when they say my mom and my dad, they are, but because they mom and dad, they might not curse as much as they normally curse if mom and dad wasn't there. You understand what I'm saying? So that's almost, that's kind of almost the same concept with the PO. Hey, this is my lady, just, boom. So like I said, I understand the concept of it if that's what it was for. Because I don't know where y'all get this Sons of Anarchy shit that the properties of are made for fucking and free fucking. And when you come in, the homie can tell you, hey man, take my property and go over there and get your dick sucked. And I'm not saying that it don't happen. I'm not saying that it don't happen. You probably do got some cats that got their game down like that, where they got their property. They can stick a property up on you.
I'm over here drinking. I ain't gonna go there.
I'm just saying they do got I have seen a couple of G's, here in Georgia. I have seen a couple of G's. Allegedly, hey, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, go over there and take care of my man. And the whoop-de-whoop, to go over there and take care of his partner. You know what I'm saying? So,
and I would say, man, that for any lady out there, man, and I'm a father. And, I'm a father of two beautiful, beautiful young ladies. And one of them probably never ever see a motorcycle. The other one, I can't keep her off a motorcycle. She going to be on that motherfucker riding. And I would say to any woman and any lady out there, you should always have first and foremost respect for yourself. And wow, that's just, hey, look, the past, man. The past is about respect. It's about respect. So if you're not respecting yourself and you feel like you need to do some things like that, man. Look, man, that's your hustle, man. That's your hustle, man. I ain't got nothing to do with that. But damn, ladies, I'm just saying, man, respect yourself, man. Look, man.
That ain't nothing but pimping, man. You can't be mad.
Do what you gotta do, man.
Can't be mad at pimping. Can't be mad at pimping, man. That ain't nothing but pimping, man.
Not at all, man. But I'm just saying, man. I hope that the ladies out there, man, understand that. And this is what I want people to understand too. Is the property of, and I want you guys to hear me on this, man. This is just some real shit. When you have people out there that's doing what was just addressed and was just said, it's the same thing as people coming into or allowing people to come into your nation and they water shit down. Because property of should be respected. I mean, that should be like, man, this is my mother. This is my wife. This is my daughter. This is my family. Respect. It should be respected. If it's at a point where we are, hey, my man, take my property, man, and you good. That's not what property of was about, man. That's not what this was about, man. Property of was respect this woman because she is mine. And because she means enough to me to put that patch on her back. If you just put a fucking property patch on somebody's back just to put a fucking property patch on their back, you miss what property of is, man. Property of is so much more, and it's so big that people are not getting it, and they're watering the shit down by allowing properties to come in that aren't about this life, man. It's about taking care of your bros. It's about taking care of your brothers. But brothers, okay? Unless we, I ain't gonna say that about West Virginia, and I just not even gonna go there. But unless we are, doing some sideways shit, brothers shouldn't be fucking their sisters, man.
Wow. Hold on. I got something for you. I got something for you right now.
I'm enjoying my motherfucking life. That's all I'm saying. I advise you to do the same. Do shit that make you happy.
I'm just saying, man. It is what it is, man.
I'm just saying, brothers shouldn't be fucking sisters, man. That's why. That's how I was raised, man. That's how I look at it, and that's how I always will be.
Don't get me
started. I got girls that. Yeah, I know that's a whole other topic, right? We get about 2 hours on that one.
Yeah, that bro and sister, that bro is, hey, bro.
I'm gonna start sweating on that.
So listen, man. I hope tonight gave you guys some type of clarity, man, and some type of understanding on the biggest thing that was said tonight, and what's some of the important things that were said tonight is, listen, we have to love and respect each other, period. You have to recognize that when a person puts a property of vest on a female or a female puts one on a male, this is 2020. Don't say shit. Don't you start. I'm just saying, it's 2020.
I'm drinking on that shit.
When
right
a
there.
person puts that property of vest on, all somebody is saying, hey, man, this person is special to me, and just let her be, man. And that's what it was originally supposed to be, and that's what it was supposed to be for and supposed to be about, man. And all this other stuff, all this other stuff that you think with the property of this wild, loose, and is just free pussy and free, whatever it may be, and blah 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 is not. And also, if you got properties that's thinking that they're bigger or better than regular members of MCs, the 99 or the 1%ers, and you got properties running around your household, causing drama in the whole 9 yards, that's not supposed to be as well either. So understand this, ladies and gentlemen. I've always said this. I'm going to continue to say this, and this is what I will stand on and die on, is being a man and or being a woman. One thing I learned, man, from my girl, Miss Showtime. Miss Showtime has been on the set. Miss Showtime has been on the set. She'd be 75 years old at the end of this month. She's still riding a motorcycle. Woo! Been on the set 40 plus. And listen, listen now. She's 75, but if she didn't tell you she was 75, you wouldn't even know it. But hold on, that's her business. But I call her mom, auntie, sister. I call her all those things. I wrap it all up into one. She said, for every woman on the bike set, the best advice that she would give every woman that's on the bike set, and what has worked for her and has kept her in good standings this whole entire time, is that she's always remained a lady. So, property of, civilian, female MC, the whole 9 yards, always remain a lady. Men, we are who we are. We come in the clubhouse, we amped up, we've been riding, blah, blah, blah. We get to drinking and some other stuff. Just remember this. You heard what 2GUNZZ said. He got 2 daughters. I got 2 daughters. And I got grandbabies that are daughters. Nobody will stand for you disrespecting their child. So I don't care if she's a property of or not. That property of most likely got a nephew, got a brother, got a father, got somebody that if you get out of line, whatever, you ain't gonna have to worry about just her sponsor. That's gonna be the least of your worries. You got other things to worry about. But at the end of the day, my gift to you, or my teaching to you, or my preaching to you today would simply be to understand this, is that the property of originated, or the property of was established, let's just say established, to recognize that individual as somebody that's special, just a little bit more special than most. Not special than you, where they're bigger than you or better than you, but just to recognize, okay, hey, and understand that. Again, I'm gonna say this on camera. Me personally, if that is the concept of that, and if that is the basis of the property of, if that's what it stands for, then again, I believe from 99%ers, hell, to social clubs, to RCs, to whatever, that should be worn and understood by somebody that a wife who wants to come out and have a good time but does not want to be harassed. And like GUNZZ say, we're reinventing the wheel with the PB, protected by thing. It's unnecessary. If we just get a clear understanding about what PO stand for, and we just open it up and rock it hands down across the board nationwide, then we can get rid of the PB thing, and we don't need no extra title for the same thing, because that's all it is. You want an extra title for the same thing.
Same shit, same thing.
You understand what I'm saying?
That'd be like saying, well, we got 1%ers, and we got 1.25%ers. It's just like some extra shit. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Hey, I do want to give a shout out, man, to Precious P1, man, Panther, man. We go back like 2 flats on the Cadillac, man. She was there during the All Riders Radio days. Just a bunch of knowledge, man. And she do her thing out there, man. That's a big thing. And the second thing I want to say, man, I'll touch back on what you were talking about, man, just so people understand what he's talking about. I have contingencies in place. If somebody fuck with my daughters, my paperwork and everything is situated, because I'm going to be in jail like, yeah, I did it. I did it, yeah. So I got contingencies in place, man. Somebody fuck with my daughters like that, man. That's a whole nother, my kids, period, point blank. But And that's how serious that shit is, man, to some people, man. So you have to really take that into consideration, man. But I think you hit on everything 100% on that shit.
Well, there it is there, man. No phone calls tonight. Y'all have me set up this phone and try to get y'all in on some phone calls. 2GUNZZ as always, sir. It's my pleasure to see you, to rap with you, to talk with you. Can't wait to get you in the studio. I'll hit you up about the grand opening for the bike night.
No, we doing that, man.
Yeah, okay. Well,
that March thing, man, let me know what's up. Some dates, man. We gonna do that for sure.
There it is there, man. So y'all have 2GUNZZ right here in Georgia, man. And other than that, man, listen, man. Make sure you support the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the bell to be notified. Again, February the 1st, I will be off of Facebook. Hear me now. You only going to be able to get me on my podcast platform or YouTube. And even with YouTube, it's getting a little scary. It's getting scary. But we're gonna do what we got to do. But we will not be doing Facebook as of February the 1st. So make sure you go to YouTube, get you a channel. It's not hard. Same thing you got to do on Facebook. Put your information in. Boom, you're good to go. You don't have to pay for it. And none of that. And we're not saying that. But this information that GUNZZ is taking the time. He done had a hell of a week, a real busy week. And he actually put some stuff on hold to actually do this show tonight. So I really want you guys to give him a round of applause and tell him thank you, because y'all know damn well you haven't got this kind of information from nowhere, from nobody, from none of the other forums, from nowhere else. The man is being open. He's being transparent. He's giving it to you raw and uncut. And I thank God, I thank my Lord and Savior that he used my platform and was receptive to my platform to bring it to you. And again, you might say, well, all that shit 2GUNZZ said, that ain't that ain't real, that ain't right. Okay, well, at least you have something to start with, because that's our job. Our job is not to remake you. Our job is to give you enough, man, to where you can be efficient in the motorcycle community. And that's just it, hands down. That is our job, is to give you enough so that you can be efficient, so that you can make the moves you got to make, and so that you can do the things that you need to do, man. Period, point blank, hands down. Again, 2GUNZZ, brother, appreciate you. I love you. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, appreciate you, man.
Any last words?
Hey, one love to everybody out there, man. Y'all be safe on them roads, man. Just everything you do out there, man, just be cautious, man. We, catch you back next weekend, man. Doing the same thing, man. We're going to be teaching, continue to teach, man. So.
There it is there, man. My man 2GUNZZ, man. So as always, man, check it out, man. My new song by my boy Mike Lowe, 1%. We're gonna close with that one tonight, man. I want y'all to hear this. This is my man Mike Lowe, Los Pedos MC, out of the DMV up that way somewhere, man. He shot me these tracks. You ever heard of those?
That's a good song, man. That's the same song, man. That's a good song, man. I was like, shit, I need to get that on MP. So I just booked that.
Hey, he got so many of them, man. I'm
from California, man. We fuck with them Hispanic rappers, y'all.
Yeah, here go another right here, y'all. Hey, man, as always, man, love yourself. Have enough love built up so you can have some love for me. Mind your business, stay in your own lane, ride your own ride. 2020, all we're going to do is love on each other and ride, man. My man Mike Lowe, Los Pedos MC, man. Check him out.
God damn. It's Big Cell. What that mouth do besides tell the truth on FHO Podcast Radio.
Si no quitas mi nombre de tu boca, te dejo durmiendo en la cama de mi troca. La procama está perforando tu cachete. Hacemos pedazos la serrucha y machete. Rajamos la calavera. Dejo chepoyal de piparón y la nuera. Mi música está como heroína por la pena. Mafioso desde antes que salió baila morena. La nena conmigo a toda hora. Lo que me conoce sabe, soy perro de cora, mamá belga. No ve que la muerte ya está cerca. Perdiste el juego buscando con micro belga. En la calle está buscando la salida. Abriste la boca, cometiste suicida. La vida te la quita mano negra. Hay que por i7, baby, la cura integra.
Mundo retorcido, gobernado por diablos. Ando encabronado pensando en cómo apartarlos. Mundo retorcido, gobernado por diablos. matarlos. Ando encabronado pensando en cómo abatarlos. Porque sé que todos hablan, yo no hago ni caso. Porque aquí todos difaman por pasar el rato. Porque la vida te enseña a no echar leña.
It's the FHO Live Podcast, where the truth will be told. We promise you that.
Hablo, te atrapa, solo buscas venganza. La muerte no entiende destinos ni razas. Lo que quieren es rajarte y sacarte.
Well, keep hitting those asses with the truth on FHO Podcast Radio.
La historia finaliza, mi mente.
It's your boy, Big Cell, FHO's HNIC,
Tantas historias de la
Mr. Henry everywhere.
Esos de juicios mal hechos, buscarme la vida es mi único reto. Música prohibida, invoca a los demonios, historias y mentiras, controlada por gobiernos. Solo es cuestión de tiempo que aprendas la lección. Directo del subsuelo, mi nombre Jameson.
Nicolau, motherfucker. Jameson, kila. Me he dado mami negra. Los perros. Luna llena en la casa. Cubierta de sangre mi machete. Desde Madrid hasta Virginia. Sabes que conmigo no mete.